The brothers, I'm coming here on Fridays, and unfortunately, I don't know when I'm going to be traveling to work. I work outside of New York City when I work in the state. And during the cold months is when the work stops. December, January, November, and February, things kind of start picking up. It's very, very important that in our masajid, we don't study like students of ilm study in Medina or in Egypt or in Yemen or anywhere in Saudi Arabia where their life is towards seeking knowledge. So they can open a book like Al-Wasatiyya or At-Tahawiyya or even Usul al-Thalatha and take it every day. How long do you think if somebody studied like Aqidah al-Wasatiyya, if they studied it every day, how long do you think it would take them to finish? Every day, they're studying every day. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. About 3-4 months. Tell you, what if we do it once a week? We do it once a week. When are you going to finish? So, what is the point? Should we not study Wasatiyah? No, that's not the thing. Tahawiyah is double that. It's bigger. Kitab al-Tawheed is a big books. Usul al-Thalatha is going to take time. So, what is upon the students of ilm to take a topic and extract it from these books and spoon feed it to their audience? Give them a morsel here, give them a morsel there. Make a dars suitable for a week, 2 weeks. You got that? Okay, let's go to another topic. These books are not maqsood bidhati. What does that mean? These books, this is not the intent that we study this book, but the topic is what is intended. The topic is what is intended. What books did the Tabi'een study from? Kitab al-Tawheed and Wasatiyah and study from those books. So this book itself is not intended. What do we think? That if we have a Salafi masjid is on the Sunnah, we have to have Usul al-Thalatha, and we have to have Qawaid al-Arba, we have to have Nawaqid Islam. If not, it's not a masjid al-Salafi. It's not a Sunni masjid. That's what a Sunni masjid is. It has to have these books. Now these books are not desired per se by this book, by this author, not title. But the topic is of utmost importance. How are you going to convey this? On a daily lesson for 4 months, looking at the people, that's not going to be possible. So how are we going to do that? That's what a da'i is. A da'i, he's strategical. He looks at what he has. He looks at who's in front of him. Now, if he goes to a place where there is a lot of music going on and people carrying on with indecency, he's not going to go there and talk about, let's study Arabic. He's going to address these issues here. He's not going to just talk about, these are Arabic verbs, are very interesting. And some of them start with this. And some, actually, you never address these issues. They have killing going there. They have sihr going on there. They have indecent people not wearing things, and people don't know anything about the salah. And you're talking about zakah. A da'i is strategic. He looks at his audience. So the audience here in New York is different from the audience that may be somewhere in Wisconsin. It depends. It might come from an area where there's gangbanging. There's organized gangs there. He has to deal with this in a strategic matter. So he's not going to just come and say, we was in Yemen, we did Bukhari at Asr, so here we're going to do Bukhari at Asr, and we did that. Actually, you're not in Yemen. That's suitable for there at that school that you was at. This is somewhere else. These people go to work every day. These people go to work and they're new Muslims. They still listening to music. They're still watching TV. Give them a spoonful of that which is suitable for them. Some people need ampicillin. Some people need penicillin. Some people take it by syrup. Some people can take the pill. Some people take 500 milligrams. Some need 1,000 milligrams. So this is who the da'i is. He comes and he sits down with the people and he asks them, Na'am ya Mustafa, let me ask you a question. Ya Fulan. And he gets to know them. He talks and he sees. He sees when they come. He sees when they're absent. He encourages them and see how they go. And then he advises and he starts filling in the gaps. Na'am. And this is what he has to do. He has to feel the people and give them according to their own level. And he's from that, he is going to have barakah in his da'wah. And the people are going to answer him. Are they going to answer this call when he's saying, you act like you're a person of bid'ah. Look how you are. You come to the masjid late. You'll be like, well, I might as well. When I was hanging out with my homies, they didn't diss me like that. He's going to be gentle. He's going to be encouraging. He's going to be with them. Wow. He has to be strategic. He has to be tactical. He has to get to know the people. Now, he is going to attack and aim for their hearts. Now, he wants to touch them. Ya Mu'adh, innaka ta'ti qawman min ahli al-kitab. Oh Mu'adh, you're coming to a people from the Jews and the Christians. Are the Jews and Christians like Buddhists? No. You're not coming to Buddhists. Imagine coming to some people, they're 5%ers. What are you going to start with? Where's Allah? He thinks he's Allah. This is what you're going to start with. Astaghfirullah. He thinks he's God. So you have to start. Who created the sun? Slow your roll. Who created these things? So every people has their situation. And you, the da'i, you have to carefully look at. There's no one way. There's no one way. All of it is to la ilaha illallah. Who did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam send to Yemen? Mu'adh. Where Mu'adh died? In Sham. Died in Sham. He finished there, moved on with his da'wah somewhere else. Now it's a different people. He went to a place, there's Muslims already there now. It wasn't like Yemen. By the time he got to Sham, Islam would spread. He's an alim. Where's Anas from? From Medina. Died in Iraq. Abdullah ibn As, where's he from? From Mecca. Died in Egypt. So when you go someplace, you have to look at the people. You have to look at the situations. The women, they have their issues also. You have to teach them accordingly. Some of them may have issues with dress. Some of them may have issues with interaction. You cannot scare them away from the masjid. You cannot make them hate the religion of Islam. You can't say that these are shameless women. You can't start like that, ya akhi. Some people, they don't know. They don't know. The ones that come to the masjid in any neighborhood, this is the best of that neighborhood. These are the ones that came to the masjid. And anywhere you got in the world, anywhere you may be, the ones that come to the masjid, this is all you got. This is the best it gets. Look what these people here that came here. Enhance them. Encourage them. Uplift them. But it's going to take from you to be tactical, strategical. You have to make dua for your people. Oh, Allah uplift them. When them gets the right answer, you go, mashallah. May Allah increase you. May Allah beautify you. Wow. This is what happens when I answer a question. I'm going to try to answer the question every day. Make dua for your students. Encourage them. Uplift them. Be an example for them. Don't chase worldly affairs. Charge them for the lessons. How much you think Abu Hurairah's lessons were? Or Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah's lessons? You think your lesson going to be better than Shaykh al-Islam's lesson? Better than Abu Hurairah's lesson? How much they charge for their lesson? How much they charge to get in the lecture? These are people, they sacrifice their life. We ride the crest of the waves of their hard work. We just lay back on their hard work and float. Their hard work. So you want to have a goodness with you. I'm going to end with this last ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in Surah Yasin, Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta. Really, we bring the dead back to life. وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُم. And we write مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُم. We write the actions that they did, وَآثَارَهُم, and the traces that they left behind. Meaning, for example, I made the salah. I made salah, that's my actions. But I taught the salah to you and you and you and you. Every time you make the salah, I get a reward. I have my own actions, but I have my athar, I have my traces. Some people, their traces are bigger than their own actions. Who taught the word of salah? His name is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who taught the word of Quran? His name is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nobody reads Quran except he's going to get a part of that ajr. But some people, they put forward bad deeds. They did the haram. But they taught this one the haram, that one haram, that one haram. Some people, their traces are bigger than their actual deeds. I mean, their bad traces are bigger than the actual haram that they have. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, مَا مِن نَفْسٍ تُقْتَلْ مَظْلُومًا إِلَّا عَلَى ابْنِ آدَمَ الْأَوَّلِ نَصِيبٌ مِّن قَتْلِ فَإِنَّهُ أَوَّلَ مَنْ سَنَّ الْقَتْلِ. There's no soul that is killed unjustly except on the son of Adam. He's going to get a portion of that punishment because he's the first one that established killing in the life of this world. How many people have been killed in the life of this world? He only killed one person. He killed one person. But his traces are bigger. So now you want traces. You're the da'i, you want traces. You want students. Now, from a prime example that I'm familiar with, Sheikh Muqbar rahimahullah, when he came to Yemen, no sunnah. No sunnah. The place concentrated specifically up in the north, Shia, and in the south, Sufiya. Now, from tooth to snoot, the whole valley, sunnah. Everywhere you can find sunnah. There's nothing practiced from the sunnah there except that he what? Has a reward. There was no sunnah there. There was no sunnah there. Now there's marakiz, there's schools. When we say the word markaz in Yemen, I mean there's a masjid where people sleep and they have a kitchen. Not just a masjid, there's classes. If there's a masjid that's classes, we just use the word masjid. It's all masajid. This is just a word that we use. When we use the word markaz, there's single students that come there. All you need is your blanket. That's it. You eat for free. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all your classes are free. It's a kitchen there. There's Maracas because of Sheikh Mukbar all over Yemen. Inna nahnu nuhyi al-mawta. Verily, we raise up the dead. Wa naktubu. We write ma qaddamu. What they did from good deeds. Wa atharahum. Not what they did from good deeds, what they did from deeds, good or bad. Wa atharahum. And we write down the traces and the effects. Now look at somebody who sells drugs. He sells drugs, that is not permissible, that's a bad deed. What occurs from selling drugs? Does a murder occur? Suicide? Rape? Birth defects? Every kind of evil. Maybe people have done low sins they would never have done if it wasn't for drugs. I would never stoop that low. All he did was just sell it. No, you have athar, ya akhi. You have athar. So we want to be careful of that. This makes you what? This makes you fearful of Allah once you gain this knowledge. And this is what a da'i wants to have. He wants to affect. Now, therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَى إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا. Who has a better statement than one who calls the people to Allah? Who has a better statement than the da'i? And when Allah asks us a question, al-istifham shubhu nafyun. The question is sort of a negation. I mean, who has a better statement? Nobody has a better statement and a better action than the one who calls the people to Allah. It's the best of actions. Because you achieve and you benefit from everything they might do. Somebody might go home and treat their wife better. Somebody might go home and make tawbah. Somebody might go home and make their children better. Somebody might go home and pay their debt. Somebody might go home and do something. So this is what is upon us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us in our affairs. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.